What an extraordinary year we've had for this holy year, the Jubilee of Hope. And you'll recall that Pope Francis inaugurated this year of hope does not disappoint, he said to us. So it was wonderful that in fact he opened the first holy door in Rome at St. Peter's Basilica, and then he chose to go quietly to open a second holy door, not in a large public church, but in a prison, Rimini prison. And when he went there, he did that to remind us that we are to go to the peripheries, those who are often forgotten, are marginalised, and mindful too that we have our own lives to open the doors of hope to others.
Prison is not a place of punishment. It's a place of transformation, where we are experiencing ourselves, examining about ourselves, and it's time to purify and change our life. When I start my mission as a chaplain of the prison, I was thinking it will be a very difficult ministry in my life. But once I reached there, I mingled with the people there, I understood this ministry is fulfilling really my mission. But whenever I go there for celebrating the Holy Sacrament of Eucharist there with the people, it's really enriching my mind and heart. And whenever I talk with the people there, I always remember the message of Jesus Christ. When I was in prison, you visited me.
As the year comes to a close in our diocese, the last public event before the final conclusion of the Year of Hope will be for us to reflect on pilgrims of hope to prisoners. And our diocese is blessed by those who work in the correctional facility, or the prison as it's sometimes referred, and those who bring the hope of Jesus to others. Because Jesus speaks to us about bringing love to those we meet. So my friends, let us rejoice, mindful of the missionary call we have to be messengers of forgiveness and love to others. And let's give thanks for those who commit themselves to that wonderful task of visiting the prisoner, for in doing so, they meet Christ.
Prison chaplaincy, prison ministry is about journeying with men and women in faith. We listen, we meet where they are at in their lives. We listen and listen. When in conversation with the men in prison, it is difficult not to project my own story on them, but to lead them forward in an understanding of their relationship with others and God. In the Bible, we read that Jesus prayed, that he withdrew himself from the crowd to pray, that he spent time alone in prayer. In prison, it's very hard to be alone, and it's often noisy, and personal space is very hard to come by. To pray, time to quiet your mind, and to be in God's presence is challenging. Offering a space and time to sit quietly in prayer is an important part of chaplaincy. Offering the opportunity to pray the rosary and offer individual prayer to God through the intercession of Mary has brought great joy to the men. This time of prayer brings the men hope. Hope for a better future, hope for a better life for themselves, for their families, for their communities. The men always pray for love, for their families who do it tough. From addiction, they pray for hope for a better future. They pray forgiveness for what they have done. They pray in thanksgiving for those that visit them, care for them, and pray for them. They pray in hope that they will be loved, forgiven, healed. That is the great joy of hope.
So, my brothers and sisters, let us remember to pray for those who are in prison. Let us be mindful too of their families and loved ones and friends who too are impacted by this reality. And let us not forget that in our parish communities too, there may be those in our midst whose lives have been touched by this reality, and let us hold them and honour them by our prayerful witness.